Hello, long time no see. I'm just checking something real quick. I'm not going to be on for much longer, but it's nice to see you. Long time no see. I made some changes to my stream, so I'm just double checking things to see what's going on. I'm a Dreamcast. It's a Dreamcast, as you can see. Yeah, this has been my my VTuber for goodness, probably like 3 years at this point. Yeah, 3 years. Easy. I decided that the camera was too much trouble, so I decided to do this. Yeah, it's kind of like a... I mean, if you've never played one, you should try it. For sure. If you can, anyway. It's my favorite console. Made by Sega. It was the last console that Sega made, actually. But yeah, they're pretty small. I mean, well, small for what, right? Like, they're smaller than an original PlayStation one, that's for sure. But it was very short-lived. It only survived for a few years. I think 2001 or 2002 was like the last year of official games. People have made like, whatchamacallit, they made homebrew games. They've made their own games, of course. But, yeah. As you can imagine, no more. But Sega does make games, still. They just don't make consoles. But yeah, I did an update to OBS. They recently pushed an update, and they apparently broke some things. Like, if you check on your end, you might have access to closed captioning on your side, and you should, in theory, be able to see what I'm saying, hopefully. In fact, I should probably double check that. Hold on. Well, if you turn on closed captioning, it should show up. Let me see if I can find that on my microphone. Goodness. Is it something that I have to like... So I updated that, and I updated the music thing. So if I go to here... Okay, good. You can see the music title in the bottom left corner of the screen. So that's working. That's one thing I was doing. But then whether or not I have closed captioning, that's a different story. Actually, you know what? I could just check on my phone. You just gave me an idea. Why don't I just check on my phone, huh? That would be the obvious thing to do. Thanks for being smarter than me right now. Alright, let's see. If I turn on those captions, will they show up? That's the real question. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they are showing up. Great. Cool. So everything's working fantastic. No, actually, that is not true. So, you know, the easy thing to say is, oh, retro gamer, right? I play retro games. I have played them, yes. But I recently changed my stream title or stream category. What I'm calling myself now is a video game literacy advocate. And what I'm trying to, what I mean by that, there's a lot of games out there, as you know. A lot of games, a lot of cool stuff. The things that I like to do on my stream, if you stick around for any amount of time, whenever I play these games, I like to talk about, you know, what they mean to me, what's special about them, what's interesting, that type of thing, right? This game, for example, is a game that I played as a kid. I bought it on the Game Boy, and completely just out of the blue, didn't think anything special about it. Turns out it's a lot of kids' favorite game from back then. A lot of guys like this game a lot. And then it was only in black and white when it was released. Some hackers, as of like yesterday, released a fully colored version of this game. So that's what I'm playing right now. I'm playing a hack that somebody made of an existing game, but they gave it full color, which is, I thought it was really cool. And so I'm playing this partly to test the stream, like I was saying earlier, but like also nostalgia and like, oh, this is a game I used to play. But to let people know that, hey, this game is in English and it's in color and you can play it right now if you really want to, right? But I also play new stuff too. Like I still play Apex from time to time. Whenever new releases come out, I play it. I was just playing Silent Hill the other day. So I don't only do retro stuff. It's easy to say that I'm a retro streamer, but that's not really quite what I do. I like to play games because games are fun, and I like to encourage people to try different games. That's really what my goal is on the platform. I'm not trying to be like a one type of gamer, you know. It's easy to do that, but that's not my goal. I'm not trying to do that full time or whatever, you know. Can I go over there? I can go back, right? And it's not just like, you know, because variety streamer is kind of like, I don't know how you feel about the term. I feel like it's kind of reductive. You know, it feels like too simplistic, right? I don't just play old games or new games or whatever. I like to talk about the games, and I like to talk about why they're important. I almost always end up doing that whenever I talk about games. I talk about history. I'm trying to, like, I have a clip on my channel that kind of talks about like my philosophy, but in a nutshell, you know, if I can encourage one person to play a game that they've never would have even considered playing before, then I've done a good job. That's how I feel about it. I want people to try new stuff out, you know, because there's, for example, there's a lot of kids out there play Roblox, for example, right? Roblox is fun, you know, but if you're only playing Roblox, I mean, are you really playing games? Why are you limiting yourself to just that one game? Right? So, I want people to try something new. Try something different. I'm almost out of time. Holy crap. I got destroyed. I like to talk about mechanics, design, structure, but you're not a good explainer. Well, no, I'm sure you are. Really, the most basic thing you can do is just talk about why the games are important to you. I think that's the biggest thing. You can do that, and you have a character and a way of expressing yourself. People will come visit, and they'll watch, and it's really cool. So, you should never think that you're not capable of doing something. Look at me trying to be all motivational. Anyway, but you know this. It's brutal out there on this platform, and hard to find a nice niche for yourself. But I feel like I feel pretty comfortable calling myself a video game advocate. Video game literacy. That's the goal. I want people to be literate when it comes to game design, and be able to enjoy stuff that they may not have just considered, you know, because the more games you play, the more you know about games, the better you can appreciate them at the end of the day. And to me, that's what's important. That's what I value. You stream for people to find me, to be friends, to play with. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's actually a pretty good goal. You know, if that's your goal, go for it. How many do you own on Steam? Like how many games? Oh, last I checked, I think about 200 or something. I have a lot of consoles. I was a console gamer for the longest time. I only really started getting like deep in PC gaming. I've always had PC games, you know, but I was deep in PC gaming pretty much like within the past like 3 years, I guess. And that after I got a Steam Deck, and then I upgraded my PC to get a 4080 and a bunch of other stuff. Why not buying controller for Steam? I mean, I like I said, I have a Steam Deck, and I use that a lot actually. Yeah, I got consoles. Actually, if you check my About Me section, you can see all the stuff I have available for streaming. I think that's everything. I gotta fight this boss. It's the kangaroo. Also, like, for example, what I'm playing on right now is called the Mister. Are you familiar with the Mister? Mister's pretty dope. It's a tiny little computer that you can load. How do I explain this? Mister Project is a tiny computer, kind of similar to like a Raspberry Pi, but the purpose of it is to emulate the hardware, right? You know, I'm sure you're familiar with emulators, running software on your computer to play old stuff, and that's considered emulation. However, a Mister is emulating the hardware, which means that it's making a copy of what the original console or computer was using its via computer chips or whatever, and it's accurate to what the actual computer is like, right? So I'm playing on a Mister, which replicates. It has a core that I can load, which plays like an actual Game Boy. It's accurate to what a Game Boy plays like, but I can also like load up a different core and play a completely different thing entirely. I can load up arcade games. I can load up other consoles, like the PlayStation 1, for example. Did I mention you have a degree in 3D animation? No, actually, I don't think you told me that before. That's cool though. That's actually really good. You should leverage that whenever you introduce yourself to new people. I don't think you've ever mentioned that to me before. That shows that you got chops, that you think about game design. I respect you even more. Well, it doesn't matter. You know, you did it, right? The point is you enrolled and you actually did it. Perfect score. Hello.